Welcome to the Business Explorer, Friday, November 27th, Black Friday. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and let's jump right into exploring some business. So according to CNBC, this has been a historic month for stocks. Stocks came into Friday's session riding high in November thanks in part to a slew of positive coronavirus vaccine trial data. Earlier this month, Pfizer and BioNTech said their vaccine was more than 90% effective. Moderna also said its drug was highly effective in a trial. That data helped push the Dow up over 12% in November, putting it on track for its biggest monthly gain since January of '87. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ came into the day up 11% and up over 10% respectively in November. Meanwhile, the small cap Russell 2000 is on track for its best month ever, up nearly 20%. November's sharp gains were led by beaten down value stocks as the positive vaccine news sparked hope for a strong economic recovery. And then as we inch closer to the ultimate health solution for the vaccine, we're starting to see market participation broaden out and rotate into some of the more impaired sectors through the course of this pandemic, said Bill Northey, Senior Investment Director at U.S. Bank Wealth Management. The economic recovery is probably going to continue as long as this vaccine is effective. So let's jump into the NASDAQ and see what's going on there. So according to Fox Business, the NASDAQ composite opened to record highs Friday morning as traders settled into a holiday shortened session on Black Friday. The tech-heavy NASDAQ rallied up 0.5% in the opening minutes of trading, leading the major averages higher. The S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average were up by 0.28 and 0.22 respectively, and remained just below their own record peaks. Looking at stocks, stores are in focus as Black Friday shopping takes on a different tone this year because of COVID. Online retailers, meanwhile, are gearing up for Cyber Monday, which takes place in 3 days. AstraZeneca was moderately lower ahead of the opening bell after their CEO told Bloomberg News that the company will likely conduct a new trial of its COVID-19 vaccine because some participants received incorrect dosages. So again, I think the economy will recover as long as these vaccines are starting to gain traction, and once they hit and people start taking them, I think we can start to see things return to normal, hopefully. So, but I'm no expert. Let's see what's going on the street. Because of COVID-19, though, you're seeing a huge spike in online sales, which is good for online retailers, but the brick and mortar stores are taking a hit this year. So let's jump into what the street has to say about some of this. So Dow trades modestly higher on Black Friday. Stocks were rising Friday in lighter than normal volume following the Thanksgiving holiday. U.S. stock markets will close at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and bond markets will close an hour later. The Dow Jones rose 127 points, or just under 0.5%. The S&P gained 0.35%, and the NASDAQ rose 0.64% and traded at an intraday high. Equities are coming off a mixed performance Wednesday when the Dow dropped below 30,000, but the NASDAQ posted its 44th record close of 2020. The tech-heavy NASDAQ has closed higher for 3 straight sessions. The Dow has risen nearly 13% in November and was headed for its best month since January of '87. The Dow and S&P closed at record highs on Tuesday. A rise in U.S. jobless claims for the second week in a row for the first time since the summer dented sentiment, as did a decline in household incomes. The data indicated that a resurgence in the coronavirus is having an effect on the labor market. In addition, questions surrounding the effectiveness of the coronavirus vaccine from AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford weighed on optimism. The U.S. listed shares of AstraZeneca were falling Friday after the UK drug maker acknowledged manufacturing discrepancies following favorable results in the latest trial of the COVID-19 vaccine. So Black Friday, meanwhile, has already proven to be one of the record books, as the pandemic prompted consumers to crack open their laptops and virtual wallets, choosing safety and comfort over door crasher deals in crowds. I don't think a lot of retailers were even open or entertaining the idea of people to come in, so that's a little bit of a misleading sentence, and everybody's been encouraged to stay home because of the pandemic. So it's no surprise to me that you see online retailers seeing a spike in their activities. So according to MarketWatch, Dwindling liquidity set to remain a concern for stocks as long path to normality lies ahead for economy. With a long road to normality for the U.S. economy still ahead, investors may need to turn their attention again to the scarcity of liquidity in financial markets. The link between liquidity and volatility has become tighter, creating feedback loops that can see elevated uncertainty prompt liquidity providers to rein in trading and thus exacerbate market turbulence, quant analysts at Societe Generale say. That could mean investors basking in the euphoria of positive vaccine developments are sitting in a more precarious situation than they might think. According to analysis by Sandrine Ngari, hopefully I pronounced that right, head of cross-asset quantitative research at Societe Generale, in a Tuesday note, liquidity remains at the bottom of measured levels since 2014 and has closely tracked levels of the ups and downs of the market. Societe Generale measured liquidity by looking at the average difference between the price offered and the price bid among orders to buy and sell the S&P 500 index at the best available price. Yet amid the buoyant mood in risk assets, many have overlooked how this lack of liquidity could prove troublesome in future market sell-offs. The volatility index, which measures the implied volatility for the S&P 500 over the coming 30 days, pushed above 30 in the run-up to the U.S. presidential election on November 3rd, but has since steadily declined. Muted volatility has accompanied double-digit equity gains. The S&P 500 has advanced 10.7% in November, while the Dow 0.23 has risen 13% over the same stretch. But months of economic uncertainty still lie ahead until a viable COVID-19 vaccine is widely distributed, and this means a path to normality is probably going to be a long one, with bumps along the way, Societe Generale's Ungari said. So it's long been my theory that paying attention to volatility is important to not only know which way the market might go, but also to help you, if you happen to invest in the stock market, to help you know when to look at buy signals. And what I mean by that is, and I'm in no way qualified to give financial advice, but this is what I've done with my own portfolio. As volatility goes up, typically the market goes down, and that signals a buy for good stocks, good companies, and you have to know how to analyze those companies well. And as the volatility goes down, typically the stock market goes up. So it's a good idea to pay attention to where the volatility is, how much it's trading, and how quickly it's spiking up or traversing down. That'll give a good indication of how the market is trending. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Business Explorer on Friday, November 27th. I hope you have a great day, and we will talk next time.